was really inspired by a post on Instagram about being ugly and not being afraid of being ugly. And I feel that that's very resonant with something that I've reorganized, is how I would like to say it, in my own life. So, hello, welcome. It's Kai here. This is a video log once again, so I'm just literally logging in video form my life. So therefore, don't think that I'm trying to tell you what to do or that I know best or that I know all. I'm just sharing. Okay. So yeah, let's get into it. Growing up, you know, if you ever grew up in an environment where perfection was asked of you, then I feel that there can be a relationship that's built with perfecting something. And I actually wanted to speak about it in a more of a positive manner because it's really just having, I don't know, I feel like it's like charisma. It's just something that you can attain. I really feel that once you get a good feel of yourself, the flow, the rhythm, this is something that you are capable of achieving, is just being able to finesse and fine-tune things and redisperse your energy and control the fire, you know, not get burned by it. So when I read that post, it's talking about healing. You know, you can't heal if you're afraid of being ugly. And I feel that that is very, very subjective. I feel like it's very subjective to say that there's certain parts of my own act, of my own behaviors, words, conversations, I guess just actions, really, like the way that my body moves or the things that I'm willing to ask. It's not necessarily always ugly sometimes. I feel that there is a really strong distinction between what disgusts me and what I actively feel kind of pukuro about. And pukuro just means like embarrassed, but shy embarrassed. You know, it's like, okay. That's how I feel when it comes to the parts of me that maybe I consider ugly or that I don't really like, or I don't even want to put it like that. I feel like it's just things that I don't give enough love. That's what I feel like it is. We always talk about, especially in the spiritual community, about love, but we also really talk about being really raw and maybe dirty dirty. And there's something about people's perspectives on certain terms, and my relationship with the words of dark divine feminine and, you know, witchcraft even, and black magic or evil eye and all these things that maybe have negative connotations, they all just show me that it's important to decide. It's important to decide and have that decisiveness so that then you can develop it or you can shed it and discard it. And I don't know, it's funny because my natal chart, for me, it feels like I should be a little bit more stubborn. And I feel like to a degree I am, but I really feel like it's important, especially just experiencing my life. And I feel like that's what this lifetime has taught me, and what adds to my soul's journey is that there is a beautiful relationship that you can have with this lifetime, what you experience, the wisdom and knowledge that you develop through experiencing and being present. And really being present allows wisdom to lead the way. And so I feel that being in tune with my body and stimulating my mind, you know, like talking to you guys, talking about these things that maybe I struggle with. And I was literally thinking about this last night when I posted my video. I was just like, damn, there's like some really raw ass shit that I've fucking recorded. Some parts of me that, honestly, now looking back on it, was a very ugly time. I would say that it was pretty fucking ugly sometimes. But at the same time, it was just as beautiful. It was just as like necessary, and yet so impermanent in its formation because it doesn't exist anymore. It's only in my memory. And the thing about memory is that it's from the way that you feel. So I do feel that, like, when I have been recognizing that I've kind of just gotten past that point in my life where I view my childhood as just negative experiences, and it does have to show that I have healed a lot of the trauma that has been internalized. Sorry, give me a sec. I don't understand how I'm still kind of sick. Bruh. Immune system just went. So when I recognized that I almost demonized my entire childhood because of how traumatizing certain events were and how long it really took me to heal. And I've met quite a few people who tell me, they're like, oh, you just seem so wise beyond your years, like as if you're my age. But if I was your age, I wish that I had realized the things that I've realized at this age that you're realizing now. And I'm like, well, it's funny because to me, I still feel like I'm quote unquote behind. And I don't mean that to put myself down or to rush myself, but sometimes I really feel that, where I'm like, damn, you must have had a really good fucking childhood. And that's why you're where you're at, is not like a definitive thing to explain someone's experience. I don't want to speak for someone else, but that's just what I perceive sometimes in certain moments. And it's interesting because even then, meeting people who I'm like, whoa, this is like a lot of, the nerves are high. The nerves are high. We are either very dysregulated, feel are in survival mode, or are just very triggered, or I don't know. It's just interesting because I'm like, whoa, let's just like literally take a breath, please. And so yeah, being ugly has been one of those things where I'm just like, these weren't the things that I would go to because so much of the good was at the forefront simply because I felt like I needed to. And it's crazy to move from a place of want versus need. And that sounds fucking crazy even as I say it, because it's like, you don't always need what you want. And sometimes you might not even want what you need. And that's why I feel like it's interchangeable, and it shifts, it changes, it has its ups and downs and its curves and the loop-de-loops. And I really feel that has taught me that, wow, like I am in such a different space. The same things that I thought would forever hurt me or affect me don't. And that's exactly what I recognized from childhood too. I feel like when I turned 20, or I feel like when I turned 18, things really shifted for me. And then when I turned like 21 or 20 to 21 that year, and or the age of being 20, Jesus, fucking time, bruh. And the thing is, I am still like, sometimes just face myself and I'm like, why am I confused about my decision? Is there something that I really want to do? And I realized like, yes, there is something I really want to do, but I'm going to do it for myself first. And I think that's what's been teaching me to not betray myself, but also not to betray others. I really feel like that's such a big thing in my life right now, bro. I like actually can't with this topic because I don't think I've ever brought it up to you guys yet. It's just, I don't know how to word it, man. It's like when you really feel betrayed by someone and then recognize the pattern or even the reflection, the parallels of how that behavior reminds you of your own behavior, and then you kind of like relapse and you're just like, wait, I totally fucking betrayed myself. And it's not even, it's beyond guilt, bro. It's like straight, it's like straight dismal. I don't know. It's just like you get really mad, but you can't be mad because it's yourself, because then you know that it would be directed towards you. And then you get really sad, like really, not like depressive sad, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for doing that. I like literally didn't even know that that's exactly what was hurting you. And it's like, oh, you feel this relief, and you feel the relief, and then you get comfortable in the relief. You feel more safe. So this is the haven that you've expanded. You've pinpointed the pain, and then you move forward, and sometimes you go into like the rest mode, the rest phase of like, gosh darn, it's trash day. So excuse the noise. God, I just like having my window completely open, and I also like this angle. So anyways, I am rambling, I apologize, but I really, you feel the relief, you feel the solitude, the solace, you feel the sacredness, and then you start to move forward. And sometimes it is whilst you're being that ugly part and still integrating a newer part of yourself and more of what is present and still being maintained by you, then you reach this point where it's as if like you knew all along, like, of course it was going to work out. Of course I deserve what I desire. Of course all these things are going to come true. All of my desires and all of the things that I pursue with passion and with intention, those are all going to multiply exponentially. Then you can be at rest again and sit in that. And breathe that. And hold compassion for things that you wouldn't have held space for because you just didn't have the space to be nice, to be kind, to be soft, to listen, literally, just to listen. It's like sometimes I realize in certain relationships, I really need space. It's not that I, like, there are also moments where I really want space with someone, but I don't have the space. Either given or received. And so I find it very funny because I come back to myself immediately. I try to make it as soon as possible. I try to always come back to myself, and I feel like that saves me from literally driving myself insane. Like making myself super fucking depressed, like literally training my mind to recognize that. And just be like, hey, you can feel this, but we're not going to dwell. Because then you get depressed. Or you get very angry and petty and cold and passive. And it's like, I'm not a doctor, I don't diagnose myself, but there are things that I notice about myself. And that's where I find the center. Because it's almost like this like interesting, it's like an interesting interlacing of being detached but being so fucking present that is the attachment, being present. Because it feels so much better to live. It feels so much better, it feels so much more relaxed, and I keep saying the word rest, but like relaxed and safe, but also just comfortable, and yet so exciting and thrilling and exciting, thrilling, and all these things. It's an adventure. And I'm turning 26 next week, and I feel like every year it just gets a little bit better when it comes to aging and being able to be this age. Because when you really, and I'm only speaking from my own experience, I'm just reminding you guys, sorry, but like I really feel like after my friend passed away and like her death anniversary and her birthday is coming up, it's like, damn it. Because like, goddamn, losing someone, sorry, I need to, there's, I really feel that losing my friend on a physical level, being able to be alive on a physical level is like, goddamn, you know? goddamn, I really underestimated the power of life. I really underestimated the power of life, and it comes full circle, because there's definitely a moment where I wish I had exchanged my life for hers when our souls decided to come to this earth. But there was something worth living beyond the connection, and it's the connection with self. And I feel that that is something that I almost need to come back to sometimes, because I enjoy so thoroughly the interactions with people that I just want to like shower them in a rainbow rain drop shower. Because it's like, people are so brilliant and so beautiful and so just, gosh, such a blessing. And I really feel like that is something I've had to learn time and time again on different levels. I have never felt that more than when I was in Korea. And being around people that are actually my nationality is crazy as fuck. It's actually so different. And being Korean American is also so different. And it's just like, gosh, being there, experiencing my culture, the motherland, and God, I need to fucking go back, like, actually, and Japan. So catch me with, bruh, I'm about to pop the fuck off when I go. Record my ass everywhere. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to talk, I guess, this morning and stimulate a conversation with myself more so, you know, because that's important. And I am gonna go eat now and pull some cards for the collective. If you're interested, the TikTok is Psyche Kai. You'll figure it out. Psyche, you know, like Psyche Kai, as in me. Cartomancer, which is just divination through tarot cards. Yeah, I do also have another YouTube for that, but whatever. I shall catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for allowing me the space to speak. Sorry for doing that while I said that. I like feel like it's there. These, you know, the things that, anyway. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being alive. Seriously. And I send you so much love, so much support on your own spiritual journey. Bye, collective.